There are risks, legal implications. If you engage external workforce incorrectly, you might end up with compliance issues, resulting in cost, your reputation as an organization, and also losing the visibility and control of your external workforce. So there is a lot of things that could go wrong, basically, if you don't ensure that you engage them correctly.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Implema Talks. This is my absolute pleasure today to have one of my colleagues, long-standing colleagues, actually, and actually someone that we used at SAP Fieldglass when I was back in the day working for them. So I have with me Christina Nicolaou, which is someone that's been a driver behind some really big global initiatives when it comes to compliance and look into compliance in the workforce, but also others. So without further ado, Christina, who am I talking to here?
Yes, thank you. Nice to be here, Johan. My name is Christina. I have an extensive background within sourcing, working over 10 years in different roles. And I'm especially interested in helping and guiding sourcing to do the right thing. Compliance has been a key area for me to see what can I do to support organizations doing the right thing, to mitigate the risks and to ensure a good process that can support the right ways of working, basically. And have worked in a large global program spanning across more than 100 countries, where we addressed the external workforce and the inconsistencies of the external workforce there.
Well, I think that kind of wraps it up, and I think it's why I'm especially interested in having this conversation. So why should anyone care? I mean, compliance, it looks like a buzzword. You can go in and you do your reports and off you go, right? And then you're done. Why compliance? What's the benefit of it?
Yeah, there are several, actually, to be very clear. So basically, there are risks, legal implications. If you engage external workforce incorrectly, you might end up with compliance issues, resulting in cost, your reputation as an organization, and also losing the visibility and control of your external workforce. There is a lot of things that could go wrong, basically, if you don't ensure that you engage them correctly. Very commonly, you also have a different onboarding process. If you compare a supplier, which is a typical service which you buy, compared to a contingent resource or a time and material resource, as some might call them. So if you look into the contingent workforce, you're looking at individuals and you want to ensure that they sign the NDAs and other documents that are required for you to get onboarded and do the necessary trainings. Whereas for a supplier, you do it on the supplier level.
Is there any, I mean, if we talk about compliance, then we're talking legalities, are there savings in it as well? Or?
I would say, I mean, there might be penalties or fees you need to pay if you do things incorrectly. You need to ensure you have the right contracts and that you also visualize what headcounts do you have as part of your external workforce. So there are definitely legal implications where looking into, for example, in Sweden, quite recently, just a few years back, the Temporary Workforce Act came into place. And that's obvious. If you don't know who's your contingent workforce, then you can't comply to the law. So there's a risk that you miss out the rules there, or the law, basically, that you have certain actions to take.
Yeah. And I would like to kind of frame that as well, that each and every country, or maybe even continents, have their separate laws, right? So,
exactly.
You know what, Christina, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. I think we touched a little bit on the why compliance, why is this important? I think I would like to maybe catch you at another state and talk a little bit about the nitty gritty of it, the toolbox. How do you do it? If that's okay with you.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
Thank you very much for joining Implema Talks. It's absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.